Hello, VCU. We on? Alright, so pretty much what makes me angry is when I take a lot of time to get prepared in the morning and I walk to the store and then I go to 7-Eleven or something like that and the guy's like, it's $3.64 for all this. So I'm like, cool. Look for my wallet. It's not there. What do you know? I'm angry now.
So there's this thing about mommy wars on Facebook and how women just like fight each other and like give good advice about their kids. And it just really made me angry because why is it that they don't have daddy wars? And I don't mean to be like fucking feminist, sorry. I don't mean to be a feminist, but it's like if men were talking about advice to give to their kids and we're like talking to other men about it, that would be like considered like a great way for like men to be communicating about their kids. But with women, they're catty and abrasive. It's like anything that a woman is doing is just like, if they're being like headstrong, it's wrong, and it's just like being too harsh about things. And like if a man does it, he's just being like a strong individual. So fuck that. Okay.
I guess the one biggest thing that makes me angry is when people make food plans with you and then they cancel because you make sure not to eat until you have that food plan, and then last minute they're just like, hey, I don't want to go do this thing, and I'm just like, but I just starved for you know? So like
okay, I'll start off by saying if you watch the Fast and Furious movies, they never stop to get gas, and it really messed me up because I'm like, how do you make several movies about cars and you not stop for gas? That's like an important thing. It just kind of bothered me today.
I'm pretty angry about financial aid office. Recently I know that they just took away like some grants. I forget which one. I think it's like you can't do a certain amount of years for the Pell Grant and stuff like that. So I'm pretty pissed.
I just think that a learned helplessness is kind of what pisses me off. I just think that people are just capable of more than they think. So I think that just a little self-belief kind of goes a long way.
When men mansplain, it drives me up the wall. Oh my god. I had a friend do that to me over the weekend to explain to me why another male friend was acting a certain way because he's surrounded by like his male peers, and just like how it's justified because he doesn't know any better. Just basically mansplaining to me why another guy would be an asshole. And yeah, I don't know, it's just like a really big pet peeve of mine.
I recently spent 6 days in a mental hospital, and there is like literally everything wrong with that. Every time I tried to go home, every time I cried and said I miss my home, it was taken as a reason to keep me there for longer. But people with less insurance were kicked out when they were begging to stay just 2 more days. It didn't seem fair.
So basically, fun fact, it's National Puppy Day, and if you look around in the compass right now, there are no puppies around the fucking compass, which I don't understand because there's always dogs out here and then nobody wants to bring it on National Puppy Day. I'm trying to come out here and pet some damn dogs. Where they at?
Okay, so Americans love to romanticize the French, right? You know, it's like cobblestones, Eiffel Tower, croissant baguettes, blah, blah, blah. As an Algerian, I can tell y'all, it's not like that at all. Paris smells like piss. First of all, the French are super rude to like everyone, and they're some of the worst white people I've ever seen. And that's saying something, because I've met some nasty ass white people. The French, it's socially acceptable for them to be super racist to your face. It's not like here, where they're gonna like try and do a bare minimum, like under the table, like, oh, I'm totally not racist, but I don't think black people are like people. See, in France, they'll straight up be like, oh yeah, you're Arab, I don't think that you're like a person.
Okay, so I work in the food business when I go back home, and one thing that really makes me upset is when all of these middle-aged men and women come into the store 5 minutes before close with their families and they stay for an extra half hour. People don't realize that it takes at least an hour and a half to maybe 2.5 hours to actually clean up in the back, like doing dishes, mopping the floor and everything. It's not fun, especially when you have to stay there late because there are people that are sitting just like eating their food really slowly and just like doing literally nothing for a whole entire half hour after you close. It's really obnoxious.
Alright, so what makes me angry is that sometimes the amount of like Instagram or Twitter followers can be relevant to your job applications. I filled out applications where they've asked that I link to social media, which I get, like they want to check that you're not like a little hoodlum. but also, you know, like if you want a job at BuzzFeed or something, like you can't work there unless you have like 4,000 like Instagram followers, and I think that's just like such bullshit. Like I think professional skills should like totally outweigh like how you spend your time on the internet and how successful at that you are. But as someone who like potentially wants to go into, you know, things like journalism and like writing for those sorts of platforms that like are looking for like a lot of clicks on social media, it's unfortunately irrelevant, and that pisses me off.
I hate guys who wear thong flip-flops, okay? I'm so sorry, like for every single guy, because I know all guys wear thong flip-flops and like it's a thing, like guys go to the beach and they wear them, okay? But I can't deal with it. And I think all guys should wear the strap flip-flops or none at all, like ever. And that's really rude, like to masculinity, but like I just don't like guy feet, and I'm so sorry.
So I went and visited my family, and my brother's supposed to be taking care of my mom, and he's not. And that's really making me mad. But, you know, that's life sometimes. That's it.
People don't do what they say they're gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it comes to family, too. Family is important.
You know, I'm pretty mad about just the system right now. I'm very upset about the system. I'm mad about capitalism. I'm mad about our American government right now. I'm like an international social justice major, so I read a lot about, you know, like stuff that's going on, and I'm pretty frustrated.
Okay, so what really pisses me off is transphobia, specifically within the LGBT community. It's funny because it's called LGBT, right? Including trans people. And yet the LGB wants to pretend like we're not even part of it. Especially cis gay men who say, I'm gay, but what they really mean is, I like dick, and dick means men. And like trans men have vaginas, therefore they're not men. So like no gay men will ever love like trans guys. Like that's not a thing. And I don't even know where to continue from there.
Oh, I'm pissed about this tuition, especially since our school decided to spend millions of dollars on a nightclub recently, and is threatening to increase my tuition by up to $1,000 when I have no guarantee that that money will be spent to further my education, especially since this is primarily an institution of education. I'm not convinced that VCU is not doing it to cover its investment bets, and I'm pissed about it. I think it's bullshit.
So what makes me really angry? What makes me really angry is when I'm watching a movie and I know that conversations aren't natural in the slightest. Nobody sneezes, nobody coughs, nobody stutters, nobody gets stumbled on their own words. It's just bad acting. I don't like that. And that's how you separate the good actors from the bad. Because people like, who played Walter White? What was his name?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, yeah. He's an amazing actor because he fumbles and he stutters and he sputters and he does all the human qualities that you do in speech. It's a really mundane thing to be mad at, but I don't know.
Go ham. Okay, if you're in front of me, do not walk slow. I have places to be, people to talk to, I gotta go to class. It's annoying, I gotta skirt this way and that way. It's not cool, just walk fast. Thank you.
Well, it's been cold, but that's the main thing, honestly. I walk from my parking deck to Sneed every day, and literally the breeze that goes down there, it's really irritating.
Alright, so I kind of don't know what the topic you guys are having or what you guys are really talking about, but something that really annoys me or something that makes me angry is how like people don't follow their dreams. Not to be motivational or anything, but like when people come to college and stuff, they kind of really like tend to shy away what they really want to do, and they actually end up going on the path that what makes them, what their parents happy or what other people want to do. Like for me personally, there's things that I didn't want to do in my life because I was afraid of what my aunts would think or my uncles would think or what my mom would think or what my dad would think. As corny as it sounds, you just got to do whatever you want to do, take the path in life that seems right for you. And I don't mean to get like corny and motivational, but just do whatever you want to do in life, and as long as you're happy, that's all it is. And that's why I love coming to this school. Like everybody's themselves and everybody's like so creative here. Like not everybody is here to do like a STEM job. Everybody here is like either a model or like a SoundCloud rapper. And that's like, you know, people back home would make fun of that, you know what I mean? Like people would make fun of that back from where I come from when people were like aspiring to be something. But like over here it's like so welcome, and I think that's really cool. That's why I came to the school.